Dragon's Dogma 2's release has been rough. The game came out a couple of days ago, and to say that it hasn't had very good reviews wouldn't be enough. But why? Well, there are a few reasons, so let's dive right into them. First of all, the game is poorly optimized. It's really bad. To the point where it makes me want to rip my eyes out, but yet I keep playing because the rest of the game is so good. Though we'll get into that later. One could think that lowering the graphics settings would get rid of that problem, and no, the problem isn't with the graphics. The game looks beautiful and has very good graphics, don't get me wrong. The thing is that this game is very CPU heavy, and even with a CPU like mine, which in theory should be enough to run this game, I have an i7 700K, the performance is disappointing. Capcom has already addressed this issue and is working towards a fix, so we will have to wait. But their official explanation says that a large amount of CPU usage is allocated to each character and calculating the impact of their physical presence in various areas. So this means that in areas where there is a lot of NPCs, like the main city of the game, performance is incredibly bad compared to the rest of the map. However, the performance is not the only thing that has disappointed the community. This game has microtransactions, which might seem really weird, and it is, considering it's a completely single player game. But this has been a tendency for a while in other Capcom games. A very large amount of people has criticized this, and they're right, microtransactions should not be in this game. The problem with this is that they are painting it as if it had completely ruined the game and as if it wasn't playable, which is absolutely not the case. There's a few things you can buy, although all of these things are easily obtainable throughout the game, and it isn't even a way to progress faster. You don't even need any of these items to the point where you would consider buying them. The microtransactions do not affect the game in any way, shape, or form, and I'm not defending them, I'm all against microtransactions in video games. The thing is, a really large amount of people, who many probably haven't even played the game, are claiming that the game isn't worth buying over this, and that's just simply not true. There are other issues, but those two are the main ones. Now, I've played it for over 10 hours already, and with a decent but certainly not top notch PC, I think the game is wonderful. I've had to deal with the performance issues, although they only appear when I'm inside the main city, but this definitely hasn't stopped me from enjoying the game, which has got me more than invested into it, and considering I hadn't played the prequel, that's already something. The game might seem similar at a first glance to other open worlds, but I assure you it's completely different. In Dragon's Dogma 2, you will have to walk. Walk a lot. You will walk so much that you might feel your actual legs start hurting. But the thing is that one enjoys going from place to place walking, because the world is so rich and so fun to travel that you will find yourself going to a quest and getting lost in the way between fights, dungeons, monsters, and NPCs. The game makes you want to walk and enjoy the world. It truly is satisfying and it makes you not want to fast travel anywhere, which is a feeling that no other game has ever given me. The interactions with your pawns, which are your companions throughout this journey, are pretty unique and full of small details that make the experience feel different from that of another player. Which was one of the goals of Capcom with this game, to make every playthrough completely different, to make sure players would have different experiences from one another. And they achieved it. The conversations from your pawns are interesting, funny, and a lot of times even useful, because they also help you with looting and traveling to quests, besides from discovering secret places. Now, I don't want to make the video much longer, so I will summarize everything that I've said. Yeah, the game does have its issues, and big ones, with the performance especially, not on the microtransaction side, because that really is not important at all to the game. It really does not affect the game in any way. But the performance is something that will most likely get fixed sooner than later. And the game itself is such a wonderful game. It may not be for everyone as it is pretty unique in what it does, but it does it so well that even if you used to fast travel everywhere in every game possible, this game will throw a bucket of cold water at you and make you want to walk to places in a video game again. And not by forcing you to walk, by the way, but by making it incredibly enjoyable. So, to answer the question, yes, you should buy Dragon's Dogma 2. If you're not sure if it will run well in your PC, you have seen my specs earlier. I run the game at like 60 FPS outside of the city. Sometimes I get even more. Actually, most of the time I get even more. I get between 60 70. In the city, I get 30 something FPS, which there's not much we can do besides just wait for Capcom to fix the issue. But yeah, thank you for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed. Thank you for making it to the end. I'm gonna ask you to subscribe or give a like if you don't want to. But I do have a Twitch channel where I stream Dragon's Dogma 2. So if you wanna pay a visit, you're more than welcome. I hope you guys have a wonderful day and see you later.